Okay, so this is another category. This is from the state of California. And the state of California does not allow the selling of health sharing ministry accounts as real insurance in the state of California. Health sharing ministries were a little carve out in the Affordable Care Act from Obama that some insurance companies found a way that they could have these health sharing ministries, typically with a religious exemption, to say that, we're going to cover our own. We're going to share the funds. We're all going to put into a big pile, and we're going to share the cost should any one of our members have a cost. It's typically a nonprofit, again, associated with a religious community.
After a year of battling breast cancer, including 2 surgeries and 20 rounds of radiation in 2018, Jill Bain says ringing the bell, signifying her battle was won, was the greatest day, until the bills started flooding in.
I, rang the bell with great joy because felt like my cancer days had ended. And about 2 weeks after that, literally, I began getting bills from Methodist Hospital for these huge amounts of money.
Bain says before her 2018 diagnosis, she was very healthy, rarely needing to visit the doctor. Looking to save money, Bain alleges in her lawsuit that she took the advice of her agent and switched her coverage to Alira, a faith-based health-sharing ministry that boasts a range of affordable health care coverage. Her coverage started May 1st of 2018. She went in for her annual mammogram in late June and was diagnosed with breast cancer. She underwent her first surgery in late June and then again in late July. Bain says Alira refused to pay for her first surgery.
And the bill from Methodist Hospital was a little over $195,000.
According to her lawsuit, Alira had refused to pay for her radiation treatment, saying it was based on a pre-existing condition. Jill says she repeatedly asked that they pay, but they refused. Fighting to keep her bills from going to collections, Jill reached out to attorneys Brian Blabdre and Corey Ferguson in the Woodlands.
For every dollar that Alira gets from any kind of payment or premium from someone like Jill, 70 cents of that dollar goes to their bottom line, in which they generate about $180 million of revenue annually. And so with that, they operate essentially as an insurance provider.
Alira told ABC 13 it's not an insurance company, rather a faith-based healthcare sharing ministry. HCSMs are organizations in the U.S. which healthcare costs are shared among members with similar beliefs. What Jill's lawyer found was she was not the only one with complaints against Alira. A lawsuit filed last month by the Texas AG on behalf of the Texas Department of Insurance claims Alira did not qualify as a healthcare sharing ministry in the state. The lawsuit alleges the company is operating as an insurance company without the right to. In a statement to ABC 13, Alira said healthcare sharing ministries provide members with a more flexible method for securing high-quality healthcare at an affordable price, something that is more important than ever to Texas residents who face increasing costs for traditional health insurance. At this time, the Texas state lawsuit is ongoing.
This is from the California Insurance Commissioner on Healthcare Sharing Ministries, March 10, 2020. It says, healthcare sharing ministries may present coverage in ways that look and feel similar to real health insurance, but claim to offer an alternative to health insurance. Healthcare sharing ministries often cost less than health insurance. However, before you sign consumers up, now this is a notice to agents, for a healthcare sharing ministry, there are some things you should know. Again, talking to agents. Healthcare sharing ministries don't guarantee payment of claims. That means that while they may share funds with members who have health needs, they are not legally required to do so. That could be a problem. Number two, they usually cap what they pay. That means that even if they do cover your treatment, they may stop paying once the treatment costs exceed a certain dollar amount, leaving you with the bill. Number three, whether a particular medical service will be covered is completely up to the sharing ministry, and what is covered can change at any time without prior notice. That's one of the things I love most about Medicare Supplement plans that go along with original Medicare. Those things are black and white, written in stone. If you had a Plan J from 1995, even in 2020, those benefits are still payable exactly the same way they were, just like a life insurance policy. If you have a Plan F and it's 2025, that Plan F that you kept, as long as you keep paying the premiums, is the same term and never can be taken away from you. Apparently, these plans can change anytime without prior notice. Most healthcare sharing ministries do not comply with the consumer protections of the Federal Affordable Care Act. Well, we know that, like covering treatments for pre-existing conditions or capping out-of-pocket costs. Healthcare sharing ministries may provide value to some, but they pose a risk to others because they often provide limited benefits. So in the last part here, it says, additionally, as insurance producers, you must ensure that you have explained the limitations of this type of product to consumers to avoid misleading consumers about the product that they are purchasing. This is in bold, any misrepresentation or misleading information provided to consumers may be violations of the insurance code and subject your license to disciplinary action. A stark warning to insurance agents. Now, this is a story from Healthcare Dive, another organization I just follow what they write about healthcare policy. It says, here's the brief. California Department of Insurance issues cease and desist order to a major Christian group Wednesday for misleading consumers about their health insurance plans and acting as a payer without proper certification, joining a handful of other states scrutinizing the limited coverage. Bullet point number 2, deceptive marketing by Alira Healthcare, which I know a friend in the agency, in the insurance industry, that was pushing that big time for agents. Hey, you'll make a lot of commissions, sell this Alira Healthcare. Deceptive marketing by Alira Healthcare, which sells health ministry plans, and Trinity, which runs them, led to roughly 11,000 Californians belonging to the unapproved, quote, look-alike plans that don't cover pre-existing conditions and other required benefits with no guarantees their claims will be paid, the state's insurance regulator said. So the other highlight from it says, Alira, founded in 2011, based in Georgia, and Trinity allegedly trained sales agents to promote misleading advertisements to consumers, peddling products that don't cover pre-existing conditions. The shoddy coverage also, that's not my word, that's their article here. The shoddy coverage also doesn't comply with the Federal Mental Health Parity and Addiction Equity Act of the ACA. The deceptive advertising could have pressured some Californians to buy a health sharing ministry plan because they believed they missed the deadline for buying coverage through Covered California. Consumers should know that they may be able to get comprehensive coverage through Covered California that would protect their health care rights, California Insurance Commissioner Richard Lara said in a statement. Down at the bottom it says about 1 million Americans have joined these groups, according to the Alliance for Healthcare Sharing Ministries. At least 30 states have exempted healthcare sharing ministries from state regulation, according to the Commonwealth Fund, meaning the ministries don't have to comply with health insurance requirements. California, however, does not exempt the religious-based groups from the state insurance code. Quote, in January, Alira and its subsidiaries, which include Trinity, were banned from marketing healthcare sharing ministries in Colorado after being accused of acting as an unlicensed insurer. 1 month later, Maryland issued a revocation order against Alira for trying to sell an unauthorized plan in the state. Earlier this month, Connecticut issued a cease and desist order for conducting an insurance business illegally. At the very bottom it says, Alira and Trinity don't meet the Internal Revenue Code's definition of a health sharing ministry, according to California's cease and desist notice, meaning their beneficiaries don't meet California's state individual mandate. The state can impose a fine up to $5,000 per day to the two businesses if they continue, along with other financial penalties. What's the point of all this? If you're 64 years old, you're approaching Medicare, and you're on a health sharing ministry program, we get asked all the time, hey, can I just continue paying this like $100 or something to a health sharing ministry account? The problem is those benefits that they propose to offer are not in stone. They can be changed anytime. And the challenge is, if you're not brand new to Medicare, if you're on Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, that starts a clock. That's your open enrollment period. During that open enrollment period, you can buy any Medicare Advantage plan or any Medicare Supplement plan. Once that period runs out, and it's 6 months past your Part B start date for Medicare Supplement, open enrollment period, your Part B, B as in boy, that's everything outpatient. If that starts on January 1, you've got now 6 months until that runs out to buy a Medicare Supplement with no health questions whatsoever. You can buy a Medicare Advantage plan, but when that time runs out, that's 6 months, if you ever wanted to go to a Medicare Supplement, if you want to upgrade your coverage from an HMO with a limited restricted network who decides what referrals are necessary to get specialty care, what authorizations are necessary to get treatment care, and you want to go to a true Medicare Supplement, which pays all the bills from any provider that accepts Medicare from coast to coast, regardless of hospital or physician or specialist, pays everything that's medically necessary per Medicare. After that 6-month period, unless you're in just a handful of small states like New York, Connecticut, Delaware, then you have to go through full medical underwriting. What does that mean? They're asking you health questions if you want to buy a Medicare Supplement later. So again, with this, if you're on a health sharing ministry or you keep a short-term medical plan and you come into Medicare age and that time period expires from the time you could get a Medicare Supplement with no health questions, then every day is just a throw of the dice. Will you ever then be able to buy a Medicare Supplement plan? It really does seriously bother me. We get calls all the time, at least one a month, of someone saying, hey, I never got a Medicare Supplement. Now I'm 68, now I'm 67, now I'm 70 years old, and I just had fill in the blank, a heart attack, stroke, cancer. Can I now get a Medicare Supplement plan? Well, unless you're brand new to Part B, maybe you've been working in an employer plan, that's qualifying coverage, that's fine. And then you can put off your joining Medicare, but the minute you join Medicare, that clock starts. And outside of that window where you can get any Medicare Supplement plan in the market, which is what we help with, then often we have just bad news. Typically, if it's a heart attack, stroke, or cancer, we've got to wait at least 3 years post-treatment before we can get you on a plan. So for those 3 years, not only are you covering the cost of that treatment, which absent any other insurance on just original Medicare alone, that means you're paying 20% of an unlimited amount of money for all your outpatient treatment, for all your cancer, chemotherapy, all that stuff. So that's why I think what we do is so critically important, that I want to stay up on things like this, not just because during the coronavirus, we're doing everything the same way we did before. We're helping it. My wife and I were both sick with this thing, but we're recovering. Fever's still here in day number 10, but we're going to be fine. We're getting right through everything, not a problem. But our co-workers at the office are all working remotely from their homes. At our last staff meeting, we had a video meeting. We had little doggies and kitties and little kids all in the picture at the same time. We're doing a video conference. It's really fun. And everyone's doing the very best that we can, not only as my agency that helps with Medicare insurance, but also as an industry. I know Mutual of Omaha, Aetna, and others, and Humana, they've had to shut down their physical brick and mortar operation to go off-site, but we're keeping it going. Aetna, Mutual, they're all issuing policies every day. They've all invested heavily in online automated underwriting too. We can submit a case in the morning and have it approved in the afternoon. It's exciting what's happened that allows our industry to transform from instead of having to knock on a door and say, hi, Mrs. Jones, here's all your options for your insurance. Now you can simply call us, and on the screen we can have 50 different options, and we can go over the history of those companies, tell you what they're up to, tell you what their last rate increases have been and who we recommend and why. And we can do that from Virginia on the East Coast all the way to California on the West Coast and beyond, and every state in between, with a big picture of what's happening across the country that might impact you, that your local agent who maybe, confined to his home, not knowing how to use the telephone for enrollments right now, may not be able to get that information on a national scale as to what's happening with that insurance. So I don't feel terribly too bad about the agent. I want to say this in a sensitive way. We have a lot of competitors in this space. Just a handful of us that I know that do this over the phone. This is my 12th year of helping people with Medicare specifically over the phone across the country. It's very seldom that we see clients face to face. However, next time you're traveling to Charleston, South Carolina, please stop in and see us in our office. We'd love to see you and meet you in person. But all of our clients are remote, and we've mastered the art of being able to communicate effectively what the Medicare options are and find the best plan and do that electronic enrollment in a painless and quick and easy way right over the telephone without having to go into someone's home. I've been one of the biggest advocates of trying to get others in our industry to come along with this journey. We're in year 2020. For over 150 years, we've had fax machines out there. And there are still agents that knock on doors, drive to people's houses, have one or two maybe plans that they're maybe heavily incentivized from to write on a local basis that they really don't know what's happening nationally. And if they're stuck in their home and you're stuck in your home, they have no mechanism by which to conduct that business. They've maybe never even done an electronic application before, which is so simple to do. And a lot of people are stuck in the 50s, in the 60s, when insurance agents were known for their shoe leather, how much they could burn just going door to door, seeing the people. And while that's all well and good, we are in now the 21st century. And seniors, customers, should not have to expect that they have to go down somewhere to sit in someone's office to hear what their options are for Medicare or any other insurance. I really am thankful on a daily basis that not only did I find a niche in insurance where we can help people, tangibly help people by putting money in their pocket. Most all of our clients are on a locked-in fixed income, and what we're able to save them money by moving them from a very expensive Medicare supplement to a very inexpensive Medicare supplement while keeping the same doctor, the same hospital, the same benefits. It's a joy to be able to do that every day. And I'm doubly thankful for, in a time such as this, and a national, worldwide pandemic where people are literally restricted to their homes, our business goes on. The State Farms of the world, the farmers of the world, those brick and mortar places where you have to go down and sit in an office and see them, those guys are hurting right now. And to the extent that they can, they really need to adapt on what we've been doing for like 12 years. And that is getting effective and efficient at helping people to paint a story, to paint the picture of what the options are in a very clear and effective way, and then guide that person right through the enrollment process and make it painless. The insurance carriers, they've been ready, willing, and able for over a decade to accommodate business in this manner. And we've been helping them all the way through, providing feedback on what works and what does not work in the industry. And we've been very effective at delivering insurance like that. So no matter where you are in your Medicare journey, if you've been on a Medicare supplement for 3 years or more, you need to shop your Medicare supplement rate. I'll tell you why. All these plans go up. They go up every year. And unfortunately, my insurance company friends won't like this part, but the loyalty is sometimes just held for the people that are brand new customers. Have you ever experienced that before? Maybe with a cable bill, a cell phone bill, your bill just goes up, goes up, goes up. And then you see that same company offering a better deal for brand new customers, and you wonder, wait a minute, I've been the loyal customer for years, and you're going to offer a lower monthly rate for the same thing that I've got to somebody because they're new. It hardly seems fair, right? And that's what we're best at, is shopping the market to keep the benefits the same, the freedom, the flexibility the same, while at the same time reducing that monthly bill by up to and over $100 a month. That's real money for somebody on a fixed income. So if you've been on a Medicare supplement for 3 years or more, there may be health questions, but we know exactly what those are. And we can help guide people to a plan that they may qualify for. Or if you're brand new to Medicare and you've been trying to reach your agent down the street, but they're not returning phone calls, it may be because they're not in the office right now. It may be because they don't have the mechanism whereby they can communicate to you what's available. And they may not know what's going on with that local insurance company that's available just in your area, where we can probably tell you if they're taking a rate increase that's been filed coming across the country. So if we can help you with a second opinion, or we can help you with your Medicare insurance in any way, shape, or form, please reach out and let us know. As to these plans that are less than stellar, less than comprehensive, we won't offer them in our office. We just simply won't. I don't care if the commission is 70% for a short-term plan, that you can package this and package that and sell this and add this policy and add that policy and make a fortune on each person. There's a reason why I've kept to doing one thing and doing it very well, and that's specifically Medicare insurance, because I believe you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none, or you can be an expert known for your expertise in one area. And that's why I focus on one thing, and that's Medicare insurance for our senior community. If I can help you in any way, please reach out and let us know. God bless you where you are. I hope you're making it through this crisis period with very minimal impact on you. Our country will get through it. Our employees in our industry here will get through it. Some easier than others. Others will have to absolutely retool. But we're ready, we'll make it, and we'll be here for you through it all. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.